Marketing is a crucial part of the real estate process, both marketing a property and also marketing yourself. And I've asked Trish Johnson, who runs a marketing consultancy company, Property PR, to come in and have a chat today. So welcome, Trish.
Thanks, Emma.
First thing I want to start with is asking about marketing to clients. They can be people that you've met that you think will be ready to sell shortly or perhaps in the future. So how do you build that database of people, and how do you also sort of treat people differently when you know that they might be ready to use you soon or they might be able to use you in the future?
Well, it's important to not assume when they're going to use your services.
Okay.
When people decide to sell or to purchase, it's often a long-term process, and their motivations can change, even though they might tell you that, look, we're not thinking of selling for another 6 months or a year. So it's really important to keep their thoughts, what they want in mind, and keep that database. It's like a courtship. It's about building a relationship with them, knowing what they're after, but not stepping back because you think it's going to be 6 months before they're going to sell. So it's about regular contact, knowing what their wants and needs are, but keeping professional, keeping regular, keeping consistent, and building that relationship and getting that courtship going, so that when they do start to think immediately of selling or purchasing, they think of you as their agent. So that's really important, not to drop the ball because they've told you that it's going to be 12 months away.
And so many people send out a lot of newsletters. Do you think they're a good way to touch base, or do you think that people can switch off to that? Do you think it needs to be more personal, I guess?
Yeah, it's important that you have a point of difference. Newsletters are great in that they're very general, and they give informative information about what's happening in the local area. So it shows that you're on top of it and that you're professional. But people want professional service. People buy people, not products, and they want to know you. So it's about putting your personal touch on that as well. So that's a good way, but there are many ways you can do it. But a regular newsletter is good as long as it's professional and giving pertinent information. But you need to have that personal touch, and there's nothing better than phone calls and face-to-face.
Yeah, I think that's a real trap for people to sort of go into a big database and email out as much as possible and forget that personal touch element.
Yeah, because databases are used, and they should be, used in all industries, and people become desensitised to it and know they're just on a list. So the minute you step out of that and become someone face-to-face, then that relationship building becomes a lot stronger.
And I guess also the branding, understanding that some things are a branding exercise rather than necessarily asking for the business.
That's right. It's a layering effect that you've got to keep that consistently.
How many times do you think people need to be in contact with you in a marketing sense, so you're front of mind as the local expert?
I think once a quarter. It really sort of depends on, you can categorise your data, I guess, into the regularity and also how much they want to be contacted too. You don't want to be seen as a pushy agent that keeps harassing. So it's about, the very first contact is understanding what that contact wants and needs from you. And then revisiting them to find out has their motivation changed, has their situation changed, and can you be of more service? So it's something that really needs to be looked at on pretty much on an individual basis.
Yeah.